Again, the Kansas City Chiefs will take on the Denver Broncos to try to secure a postseason appearance. Patrick Mahomes is having a fantastic season, as well as his wideout Tyreek Hill. Patrick Mahomes has thrown for 3,200 yards and 28 touchdowns, 13 of which were to Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce is also one of his best tight ends ever, and I'm sure that they will continue to dominate as they have this season. They've only taken one loss, and I think that was a fluke. It was earlier this season to the Las Vegas Raiders, who beat them at home. But really, I think that since then, they have absolutely dominated, and there is no reason why they won't continue to do that. Now, they do not have too much depth, so hopefully if Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce can stay healthy, they can keep going. But if any of them get hurt, they are for sure done. Tyreek Hill dominated last game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, receiving 3 touchdowns and having a career day for about 170 yards. Patrick Mahomes also had a fantastic day, throwing for 450-plus yards and also 3 touchdowns. It was a fantastic day for him, and it just showed their dominance because for sure the Buccaneers defense is very good. I am a Bucs fan, and I do take pride in our defense, and we have improved it drastically. Lavonte David's a great player, Devin White, Carlton Davis. We have some very great defensive guys, but they made them look silly. Patrick Mahomes completely dominated our defense and showed that he can take on some of the best of oppositions. Now, this game also showed that they are a team that can overcome like choking a lead pretty much. So I'm not saying they choked the league, but they definitely fell off a cliff in that second half. They made it a very close game. It was 27-24, but they still hung in there and they still found a way to win. Now, that was mostly their defense's fault, but their offense did not put up points in that second half. But I don't see that as being an issue because really when the offense matters, you feel like, when you're watching the game, you really feel like they can do whatever they want, whenever they want. Like if they need to get something done, Tony Romo, the commentator of that game, was talking about this. You feel like that if they needed to get something done, they could totally get it done anytime they wanted to. And they really could have. I feel like they could have beaten our defense more if they didn't really take their foot off the gas towards the end of that game. It did get close, and that's when they really made the game. Their defense really stepped up and got some big stops. But for sure, they beat a good team, and that is what you want to see out of a Super Bowl team. Their team has only also gotten more lethal since last season. They won the Super Bowl last season in Miami, and I'm sure they will do the same thing in Tampa this year. They added a running game, which they really didn't have too strong of last year. They added Clyde Edwards-Helaire via the NFL draft, and also signed Le'Veon Bell during this season. Now, Le'Veon Bell is a nice 1-2 punch to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but they're for sure going to be investing in Clyde Edwards-Helaire going forward. He is a young guy, but so is Le'Veon Bell, but I'm sure that they're going to be putting more effort, putting more time, putting more resources into Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now, this offseason, the problem is that as much as they added guys on offense, their defense probably declined. They had to get rid of a couple corners, and this season they have been plagued by injuries in that secondary position. But for sure, they can win in a shootout if they absolutely have to. Now, Chris Jones is a beast on that defensive line, makes a huge play during the Super Bowl. He did that multiple times, deflecting passes, batting down passes, and he was absolutely incredible, making a huge impact for that defense, and he eats up blocks, and that means that they can send other guys after the quarterback. Now, they are overall a complete team, which I've discussed, but now I want to talk about their playoff run. So last year, they pretty much dominated the playoffs. They did have a bit of a nail-biter against that Texans in the first half, but since then, they completely dominated. Their Super Bowl was a fantastic game. They ended up beating Jimmy Garoppolo and his 49ers, and this was a very convincing win for them, and they were the Super Bowl. But since then, all they've added is 2 running backs and now defensive backs, linebackers. They're all going to have to be playing the run as well as the pass, which is extremely difficult, especially when the pass is that good. Andy Reid is putting Patrick Mahomes in a fantastic situation, and there is no reason why they won't repeat this year and get their 2nd straight Super Bowl. When you look at the NFC, there's really no team that I feel like that could beat the Kansas City Chiefs. You look at the best teams, which are the New Orleans Saints, the LA Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, the Green Bay Packers, but really I just don't think that any of them could actually beat the Kansas City Chiefs because none of their offenses are quite as good, and there's no way that any of their defenses are going to be able to shut down Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid. There's really no way that's going to happen. So I think that really any matchup that they're given in the NFC, as long as they can get to the Super Bowl, I'm sure that they're going to win. And there's no doubt in my mind that they are the best team in the AFC. Although the Pittsburgh Steelers are very good this season, they are undefeated. I still think that in a one-on-one between Kansas City and Steelers, it would for sure go in favor of Kansas City, although they are a great team. I really look forward to a postseason matchup between the Steelers and Kansas City. I think that's going to be great, especially with the neutralized threat of the Baltimore Ravens. Kansas City doesn't really have to worry about them anymore, although they are not a great playoff team. This just makes their road to the Super Bowl easier, and I'm sure that they'll get there, and I'm sure that they'll beat any team in the NFC. So my take is that they are officially going to beat any team in the NFC, and they will be the Super Bowl champions this year and go back-to-back. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. A special thanks to my friend Jose for editing this video. I'll leave his channel link in the description. Go check him out. Go show him some love. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.